I've been reading two manga in part, new manga. You know, I'm always willing to experiment with different manga, trying to read as different stuff as possible. And there's two manga in particular I've been reading. They're new that I started reading, and they both for some reason has Shuumatsu in it. So I thought, why not? Great video. We'll just call it the Shuumatsu video, and I'll call it that in the comments without actually knowing what Shuumatsu means. I think it might mean record. I'm assuming it could mean record. I'm not really too sure myself. I tried to figure out what Shumatsu meant, and all I got was it means weekend, which I don't think it means weekend, no harem, or weekend, no Valkyrie. I don't think so. It just doesn't seem correct to me. So we'll just start from the beginning. So I've been reading. And so there's two things I in particular. Got Shumatsu no harem and Shumatsu no Valkyrie. Now I want to talk about both of them. But I want to start talking about why I got into I'm gonna start with Shumatsu no harem first. Why exactly I read this, and I don't know if some of you men of culture out there might know what I'm talking about here. When I say Shumatsu no harm, you might be like, "Oh, he read that one," even though it's just a shitty harm. So as the name suggests, it's a fucking shitty ass harm. All right, and the reason why I started reading it, if people don't know, this year there's been some very interesting anime adaptations that have been coming out that are, let's just say, a little more salacious. Okay, I'll use that term. You got stuff like Ishizoku Reviewers, Interspecies Reviewer. I watched it. Honestly, it was you know, I don't know if I call it hentai. You know, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll call it borderline hentai. And then there's right now another show coming out called Hentai Heroes. So, like, I don't know what's going on with the anime adapters, but they're really trying to push for this. Really, like, they're really pushing the fold on here. What can be shown on like regular TV. And I guess for some reason they're still going down the route, so they're gonna add right now Shumatsu no Harem to the mix. And so basically Shumatsu no Harem, I mean, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna adapt this shit. Cause it's like fuck me, every other scene is I mean, let me just tell you the synopsis first so you understand what I'm about to say. Shumatsu no Harem takes place in a world known as Earth. And Earth has suffered a virus. Ooh la la, a pandemic, just as the one we're facing now in this 2020 crisis. But it's a pandemic that only attacked males, killing all the males in the world, save for 5 males, including our male protagonist. So 5. And so now that this is going on, the females of the world, only females are left. They see the males, and you know what they do? So these males were in cryogenically frozen for 5 years. Now, 5 years have passed. All the males are dead. These 5 males are immune to the disease. So what do the females do? They say, "Hey, you males out there, time to get a fucking." So basically, they get a harms of girls to basically get the males to fuck as many male girls as possible to try to spread their seed throughout the world, so that they can try to repopulate the world before it is destroyed. Like, goddamn, and this is what I meant by there's this fucking sex scene every three to four 3 to 4 pages, not even chapters, 3 to 4 pages. You can have pages upon pages of them just fucking each other. I don't. I'm not kidding. So I don't know how they're gonna fucking adapt this to TV. That's besides the point. Honestly, it's what you expect. It's shitty, it's trashy. But like I tell you, the male protagonist, I don't know who his name is, don't matter. His name is male protagonist. He's a medical researcher. He's smart. He's all that. Now all the guys are, come on, let's be honest, they're all chads, okay? They're fucking all these girls. Come on, they're chads. But this guy is an extreme chad. He says no. Hell no to you thoughts and you hoes, because at the end of the day, he doesn't need you. You guys ain't gonna touch his body because he's saving his chastity and his body for his lover that he's trying to find. Right? She's gone missing. He has to look for her. And so no matter what happens, no matter how much he wants it, he won't fuck you. And he won't. And he refuses to. Uh, he ain't gonna use his water bottle for anything, let's be honest here. So I'm up to like chapter 30, I think, or chapter something, but so far he's stuck to it. Every other chapter, all the other guys you watched him, getting a bunch of, big pussy and shit, he ain't getting any of that shit. His water bottle's chastised and it's clean. But there's I don't know what's going on in this manga. There's like some weird mystery shit going on. I honestly think it's kind of a shitty mystery. I could care less about it, honestly. It's just the show is not really my cup of tea. But um, if you like shitty ass manga that's like trashy and just full of that etchy and just a lot of girls, with actually good looking guys. I'm sorry, I know a lot of hentai and doujinshi. I've heard. I personally haven't watched. I don't really watch hentai or doujinshi, believe it or not. But I've heard a lot that there's a lot of ugly bastards out there. Don't worry, these guys top notch. They're 8 to 10 out of 10. They're actual chads. They look okay. Okay, they look okay. Taken from someone who's read a lot of yaoi. Okay, yaoi, they make sure the guys look good. I'd say these guys could probably pass off for yaoi characters. So they're good to go. Okay, so you don't worry about it. So let me just show you like this right here. Look at this. Look at this. Like I was gonna show you like pictures from the manga, but then I realized every third chapter. I'm not chapter. I'm sorry. Every third page of the fucking thing is just hentai. It's just them. It's just the girls' coconuts are out to show. They're like showing the coconuts, and it's just sexy after sexy after sex scene. Like fuck me. I thought I've seen a lot with yaoi, but fuck me, this show has a lot more than that. I mean, even I've read I think Ishizoku reviews, but I personally I think I remember that the manga itself didn't really show any of like the stuff. There's literally just like there's a lot. Like the guys are getting their water bottle. Like I'm not kidding. So I don't know. Up to you. You like it? Good for you. Personally, I don't know if I'm gonna keep reading it. I might just so I can just say I fucking read a shitty ecchi show that's gonna be adapted into a anime. So now I want to talk about the other Shuumatsu, and I'll call it's called Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, or the Record of Ragnarok. I'm sorry, this is also I believe. Sorry, before I forget, Shuumatsu no Harem is also known as World's End Harem, if I'm correct. So interesting show. Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, or the record of Ragnarok, if I'm correct, is actually really it's hype. It's hype. I don't know how else to describe it. It's hype as shit. So let me tell you, it's a testosterone building fucking pow. It's like, and then just it's crisp. I think it's got good drawings. It's very crisp drawings for the fight scenes. It's really good, and the characters' backstories are really compelling too. It's just really good overall. So I've said all this stuff, but you don't know anything about it. So let me just tell you. It's 6 volumes so far. I believe. I'm sorry. Shumatsu no Harem has 11, but Shumatsu no Valkyrie has, I believe, 6 volumes so far. It's really good. What I've read so is really good. So basically, turns out humanity is actually not alone. So all you fucking atheists out there, you're burning in hell because there are gods out there, and there is not just 3 or 4 gods. It's every god that you can ever imagine. Then it's a council of gods who every 1,000 years decide whether or not they want to restart humanity, or I'm sorry, wipe out humanity and restart life with a different species or different animal. And so, for some reason, this particular year, whatever the year is, doesn't really specify. These 1,000 years have passed, and the gods are unhappy with us humans. We've warred, we've destroyed the environment. They call us viruses. It's time to destroy us. And so they basically are going to decide by popular vote. If there's a majority that say they want to destroy humanity, then they will. So, just as they're about to do it, Valkyrie, that's why there's a Valkyrie in the title here, right here. A Valkyrie basically tells the gods, hey, and proposes something. Hey, why not instead of killing the humans and exterminating them, why not instead allow them to fight for their survival and their freedom to at least survive? So, instead, what the Valkyrie proposes is, hey, let's fight, let them fight. And what is the fight going to be about? It's going to be it's going to be 13 fighters 13 fighters from the god side and 13 fighters from the human sides, and they're going to have one-on-one matches against each other. And whoever wins 7 matches first wins. Right? If the gods get the 7 matches, they win 7 matches, which is, the majority of matches, the simple majority of the matches. the gods get to destroy humanity. But if humanity wins, they get to survive for another 1,000 years, or I don't know. I don't quite remember what's the whole deal about that. But humanity gets to survive. That's all you need to know. And so let me show you, man. Let me just show you. Like they get like the humanity stuff, and someone such as myself who likes history. The gods are such an interesting usage of the gods, and then as well as that, they use some very interesting people from history, I must say. And I'll show you a list of it. I don't think just in case if you, oh, spoiler alert, I'm gonna show you the list of the fighters that are gonna fight. But this is shown in like the first couple chapters, and it's not supposed to be some sort of like, oh, big reveal or whatever. It's just like, yeah, what's gonna be interesting is how these fighters are gonna fight. That's the most interesting part of it. But you have basically, this is the first volume. This guy's Thor, and this is Lubu. Lubu, if I'm correct. Lubu. You know, this is a famous Chinese, I believe, warrior. I don't know who he was when he showed up in the manga. And this is Thor. Cool. And so basically, they're fighting, and the art style is pretty crisp. The fight scenes are pretty badass. The character stories, again, I'm repeating myself, are very, very compelling in my opinion. So let me show you the list of what I mean. Like this is Heaven's side. This is humanity's side. 13v13. But I'm not kidding when I say like when I saw the list, I saw Buddha. I was like, how the fuck is Buddha gonna fight? Is he supposed to be like peaceful and like not supposed to fight? It's crazy. Now I know most of these characters here: Loki, Apollo, Poseidon. I don't know who Susano or no Mikoto is. I'm assuming this is Japanese, a Japanese god or something, but I don't know who it is. Bisho Mountain. I don't know who this person. I actually don't know what Bisha Mountain is. I know everyone else here. Beelzebub, Shiva. Anubis is the god of destruction. Anubis is the god of Egyptian god of death. Beelzebub is just a form of the devil, I guess. If you can, I think if I'm correct. Apollo, Loki, Buddha, Zeus. All that sort of stuff. Now, on the humanities side, oh man, we got some interesting picks here. You know, Qing Si Huang, this is, I believe, the first emperor of China for the Qing dynasty, and I'm not trying to confuse it with the Qing dynasty. So this is my problem. Mandarin, as a Mandarin speaker, possible Mandarin speaker, Mandarin has intonations. I believe that's what it's called. Where, for example, let's say you have the word e. It can be said four different ways. You can say e, 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 e. That's four different intonations for like the same fucking sounding word, right? It just has different intonations how you say it, just different ways to highlight how to say it. I believe it's intonations. And so Qing, there's the first dynasty, which is called the Qing dynasty. I believe is it Qing dynasty or Qing dynasty? I don't remember. And then there's the last dynasty of China, which is also called the Qing dynasty. It's just they have different intonations. But he is the first emperor, if I'm correct. You got King Leonidas. We're gonna get some 300 shit in here. Oh, fucking Nikola Tesla. I fuck with that. I don't know, man. That's gonna be cool. I honestly didn't. I don't know who Sasaki Kojiro is. I'm not exactly too sure who Raiden Tamimon is. Adam, as in from Adam and Eve. I mean, when I was reading the manga, like before I even saw this list, like let's say just cover the list up. I literally said, if they put Rasputin on there, that would be the most badass shit. And when I read it, I was like, I was so excited. I was just like, oh hell yeah, man. Because Rasputin would be so perfect for this. And I literally called out and said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bet that maybe Rasputin might be on this list. And I was right. Like, I didn't know who else was gonna be on the list, but I just knew I hope Rasputin's on the list, and I'm gonna be sure he is. Because if anyone knows here Rasputin, the famous story of his assassination, go read that shit up. I mean, he got fucking poisoned, shot, beaten. He still didn't die until many hours later, after getting thrown into a river, if I'm correct. Just look up how he died. It's crazy. Lubu, which is this guy on the cover here, Lubu. Okita Soji, someone else I don't know. Michel Nostradamus, I don't know how he's gonna fight, but Michel Nostradamus is basically this seer. I think he's French. Yeah, he's a very famous astrologer. I believe French astrologer. But basically what he's famous for is that he's a seer, someone who sees into the future supposedly. And he basically wrote down like a bunch of prophecies, like 400 something prophecies that basically states how humanity's going to go on and basically kind of prophesize certain things. A prophecy maker, an astrologer. Simo Hayaha. I believe this man here, and I'm sorry to the Finnish if I'm incorrect. I believe he's a very famous Finnish sniper, one of the most famous snipers in history. I could be giving you wrong history right now. You should look this up for yourself. I should have looked this up before the video, but this is just what I remember from my history. One of the most famous snipers of all time. I think he's credited with like over 300 kills and maybe credited with 300 confirmed kills and maybe 400 unconfirmed kills. I'm not too sure. He killed a lot of Russians. He killed a lot of Russians when they were invading Finland back in World War II. Right. Sakata Kintoki, I don't know who he is. And fucking, I don't know why they put it in here. Jack the fucking Ripper. Like, goddamn. That's crazy shit. And so I just want to show you maybe a fight scene. This might ruin something. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Ding, 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 ding! Spoiler alert! Because, this is spoiler alert because I'm showing you just the fight scene. Just a very quick shot found on Google Images. Bam. So what I mean by the manga, I think the art's really good. So this is really good. In my opinion, very good. It's just like just this right here scene tells you a lot, and the fight scenes are all like this, drawn very well in my opinion, and it's really well drawn. It's really interesting. I think this manga is great so far. The action is fucking heart pounding. And I'm not gonna tell you who fights. You might kind of figure out who might have fought based on that. You don't know who that big boy is, but you might know who that little small one is to the side. But it's great shit, honestly. It's some good stuff. I cannot emphasize. I think you should watch. I think people should read this manga. It's really good so far. But yeah, this is me re-recording this video. But yeah, Shuumatsu no Harem, Shuumatsu no Valkyrie. They may both have Shuumatsu in their name. They're nothing apart. One is a trashy, shitty ass, ecchi hentai, possible hentai doujinshi. I don't fucking know what's gonna happen with the anime adaptation. And Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, fucking action packed, testosterone pounding fucking action flick with great characters and compelling story. I would honestly read this one for sure. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. If you really like testosterone action stuff, it's a great action one so far. And I recommend this if you're into just straight ecchi hentai type stuff. Go for it. Have fun. Thank you for watching this video.